Hi, I'm Katja, this is Yoganity, and today I'm going to show you how you can achieve crow pose according to your physical body and anatomy. Let's start in a tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Now spread your fingers wide, grab the mat with your fingertips. Imagine you have a suction cup at the palm of your hand that you're pressing into the mat. Whenever we're balancing on the hands, we want to create a stable base. This is your so-called Hasta Bandha, your hand lock. Engage your core, press the mat away. With your inhale, arch your back. And with your exhale, round your spine, draw the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. One more time, just to bring a little bit of movement into the chest, into the spine. Inhale. And exhale, arch. Now this time, stay here for your inhale. Really round the spine. Engage your core. Draw that belly button in towards your spine. Stay for a few more breaths. And release, sit down onto your heels. Stretch your hands out the opposite way. This is something that you can always come back to when you feel a little bit of stiffness or tightness in your wrists. Now it can feel weird to keep breathing while you're engaging your core and you're kind of all stable around your midline and you're naturally only using the top part of your lungs, but that's perfectly fine. You'll still get enough breath and enough air in. Now extend your arms forward and draw an imaginary line from the tip of your elbow to the eye of your elbow and see where that line ends up in space. So mine is fairly diagonal on my right arm, a little bit more diagonal on my left. Just see where your elbow ends up. Everyone's bones grow in spirals, so it's natural that your elbow just ends up in a different position. And there's no right or wrong, there's no healthy or unhealthy, there's just different body types. Now, why is this important? Place your hands on the mat and rotate your elbows so you can bend your arms down parallel to each other. Just see how much you personally have to rotate to be able to bend down parallel. Of course, there are crow variations where you bend down outside, you open your elbows up, but the more you open up, the more pressure you'll put on the side of your wrist. So we really want to try to bend down parallel as much as possible. Just try this out a couple of times, bending down, not much weight on your hands, and come back to sit on your heels. Now place your hands on the mat. Extend your elbows and just move your chest up and down. So you're effectively moving your shoulder blades. Feel where your shoulder blades are located. Your personal body type, your personal anatomy plays a huge role in so many different asanas. Now press the mat away, draw the shoulder blades apart. Whenever we're doing arm balances, where we have a lot of weight on our hands, we want to keep our shoulders safe by really engaging the shoulder muscles. This also makes your upper arm more accessible to your knee, so it's going to make it easier for your crow. Beautiful. Come back into seated and swing your legs around and sit in about the middle of your mat. Feet on the mat, extend your arms forward, and with your exhale, just round down. Now really round your spine as much as is available to you. Press your arms away, so we're engaging the shoulders. Engage your core, draw the belly button towards your spine. Imagine you have a corset around your waistline. Inhale deeply. And with your exhale, come all the way down, hug your knees into the chest, keep your head lifted, forehead towards your knees. Now engage your core, point your toes and see if you can keep your knees where they are and release your arms. Press them forward to the top of your mat. Inhale, exhale out. Just engage your core, feel that engagement. Inhale, exhale. See if you can bring your knees onto your elbows. Inhale, exhale out, round, 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 and inhale, release. Give yourself a quick break. Feel into your body, feel that activation in the different parts of your body, in the different muscles that we've already used. Then grab underneath your knees on your hamstrings and just round your spine and rock and roll up and down a couple of times. Really round the spine. We don't want any flapping of the lower back. Keep your spine round and your core engaged. One last time. And come into seated. Beautiful. Now come to stand at the top of your mat. And then spread your feet wide with your toes pointing outwards. Inhale, reach your arms up. With your exhale, sink low into your malasana squat. Just see how you end up your personal height, and if it's available, you can press your elbows onto the insides of your knee. Just try and lengthen the spine. Inhale deeply. Exhale out. Now inhale. Lengthen. With your exhale, press your knees together, extend your arms round your back, draw the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, come back to your malasana. And exhale, round your spine, extend your arms. Inhale, one last time. And exhale, press those knees together. Inhale, come back up, come back into standing. Inhale deeply. And exhale, release. Feel free to shake it out. Now come to the middle of your mat. And first, just take a look. I'm going to show you 2 different variations of your crow that you can try. We're going to combine the different elements that we already talked about. So first, your Hasta Bandha, your hand lock. You place the hands on the mat, grab the mat with your fingertips, spread the fingers wide. Remember that suction cup. And then rotate your elbows so you can bend down parallel. Now you can either have your knee on the outside of your triceps or on top of your triceps. It might feel uncomfortable to have your knee directly in the middle of your triceps, so I like to have it either at that little groove right above the elbow or right up at my armpit. Just see how it feels for you, how it feels best. It kind of also depends on the length of your thigh bones. Now first, come onto your tiptoes, onto your hands, bend down parallel, and then pick a drishti, an unmoving spot somewhere in front of your hands, not in between your hands, but somewhere in front, an unmoving spot that you can gaze at, that will help your focus. Bend your elbows down parallel, engage your core, round your spine, place your knees where it's comfortable for you, and you will have to play around with the distance between your hands and your feet. This also depends on the length of your legs, on the length of your arm bones. So play around with this so you can find a comfortable position for your knees. Inhale, come onto your hands, and then you only shift your weight forward. Engage your core, shift, shift, shift. You lean forward, bend your elbows until your feet come off the mat automatically. So there's no jumping, there's no rapid movement. It's really just a shift in balance. You lean, 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 lean forward until the weight comes off your toes, and then you can lift your feet and point your toes. This is the properly aligned version, so to say. The other version, where you have your knees on the outside of your triceps, is an option to get the balancing feeling, to get the right engagements. But it doesn't help you to progress from crow to crane. I'm going to show you anyway, just so you know. If you have the knees on the outsides of your triceps, you do the same thing. You lean forward, lean, 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 until your feet come off the mat. Now, feel free to pause the video, give it a try, play around with this. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a few variations that you can take to take your crow to the next level. Now, one thing that you can do once you have a steady crow practice and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more is the typical jump from crow into Chaturanga Dandasana. Please make sure to land with your elbows bent to keep your lower back safe. So you come into your crow, engage your core, round your spine, focus, and then you really want to shoot your legs out like a rocket, as much power as is available to you in that one movement. So you engage your core around your spine And then jump back into bend elbows. Flip your feet around and come into your upward facing dog. This is a great way to come out of your crow and progress with your flow. Now, another fun variation that I want to show you is your baby crow. It's the same principles. It's actually a little bit more challenging for your core because you really need to bring those knees in really close. So it's the same as crow but on your forearms. Come onto your tiptoes, bend your arms, and then tiptoe as close as is available to you to place your knees somewhere on your triceps. And then lean forward until your feet come off the mat. And this is your baby crow. It takes a lot of core strength, and it might also bring you so close to the mat, depending on where the balance in your body is, that you might not even see the mat focus. But that's perfectly fine. You're really close to the mat. If you ever want to progress from crane to crow, it is the same but with extended elbows. And that's what I meant earlier when you have your knees on the outsides of your triceps. This makes progression to crane harder. So you want to practice to have your knees on top of your triceps of your upper arm. There are two ways to get into crane. You can either start directly with your arms extended, place your knees, and then just lean forward and bring your feet up. Or you can also start with your crow first, and then in your crow, extend your arms into crane. If you feel tightness in your wrists, which will be natural because crane really brings your weight far forward, then what you can do is you can just fold your mat over, have the palms, the balls of your hand on the mat and the fingertips, the fingers on the floor. And that should make your crane a lot easier. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'm always here to answer, to help out. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and you will get more asana practice, a lot more kundalini, pranayama, anything that you need to bring that positive change into your life. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.